Hi, welcome. Today we are going to talk about the issues within our community. Lord, we're only going to talk about a few because, honey, we could be talking here until I'm about 85 years old, and I don't have the time for it today. Okay, so with that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it. We have a major issue within our community right now with the black man versus the black woman, and we need to end it. We need to end it fast because the problem is there are too many enemies outside the home to have an enemy inside the house. Okay, a house divided shall not stand, and that is what we are seeing at a rapid rate. It is crumbling to pieces. I don't even think the house has any type of shingling left, nor I don't believe the house has a front door or siding at this point. Okay, I believe that the winds are just fluffing through the house. you know, just because there's nothing left. There is nothing left. When I look at my people, it saddens me. I feel completely heartbroken. I feel annoyed. I feel pissed. I feel sad. I feel WTF all the time. Because collectively we are not doing too well. Okay. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. There were many times the ball was dropped of where we went wrong as a people. But I do know one thing. We are in a public emergency. Look, I want to say public emergency and PSA at the same time. So I can't spit it out. We are in a public shit. What was I about to say? A public, that's not the word. I don't want to say public. We are in a, it's another P word. I can't think of it. Long story short, point I'm trying to make is, she's Louisa's. Sorry about that. The point that I'm trying to make is we are in a very dire time. Okay, we are in a very crucial moment in our history to where we need to unify and get our ish together fast. If we do not get our ish together fast, I don't know how long. I want to say how long this boat is going to stay afloat. But again, it's sinking. And it's like we are not seeing that. Okay, now I have the honor and privilege of being able to be tapped into multiple sources at one time. It can get a little bit demanding and strenuous for myself because it requires a lot of my energy, and it requires a lot of focus, and that's not one of my strong points. However, when it comes to this spirituality thing, I think that's where I can focus. I think that's the problem I have in life is because I can focus more on the spirit realm than I can do in this one. Um, so I'm working on being more in my earthly vessel. That's neither here nor there. I digress from that. The point I'm trying to make is in this earthly vessel of mine, I am able to tap into multiple different dynamics, areas, people's places, and things. And with that, um, long story short is this is our land. This land belongs to us. And everyone's fighting for our land. Now, does it belong to everybody, like all of us? No. But a lot of the majority of us that were born in this here great United States of America, or USA, or North America, or United States Corporation, whatever the hell you want to call it at this time, we have biological or hereditary, I should say, same difference, whatever. We have hereditary claim to this land. And they have told us over and over again that we come from descendants of slaves and yada, yada, yada. We came from boats over Africa. None of that is probably, well, some of that is true. Some of that is lies. Some did come from Africa. I know personally, I have ancestors that were on the boats as well as ancestors that were already here. So for my ancestors that were already here, this land is your land. This land is my land from California to the New York Island. Now, it is up to you to find out what part of this chunk of land belongs to the bloodline that you come from. 2021, the Most High had us constantly just digging in the blood. I don't know, what you were doing, but for us spiritual folks, we was all up and through here, there, and everywhere. A little bit of there, a little bit of yonder, a little bit of 1969, a little bit of 1831. Do you feel me? And farther back than that, it was a lot going on last year in the as far as spiritually. It's gonna be even more intense this year spiritually. So with that, you were supposed to be starting, if not had already started, to find out where you come from, what bloodline you're a part of, and get that information to understand that this shit here belongs to you. So while we have hither and snither over here fighting over, I don't even know, and China's doing their thing to surround the country, and there's a lot of ish going on as far as name it, claim it, with people who don't have no business trying to name and claim anything, because this does not belong to them. This here, again, I say, is our land, and they have bamboozled us saying that we don't have a part because we came over on ships, and that this land originally belonged to the Native Americans. Not teaching us that we were the Native fucking Americans. Okay? Do you understand? Okay? I honestly believe that many a black folk have a disconnect with knowing that the Native Americans, and like I said, it's not everybody, but it's a lot of us, that they claim were on this land before they came over. And I say they as in the others. Before they came over and tried to wreck shop, we were already owning shop. We were living shop. We had put up shop and set up shop, and the block was hot, belonged to us, okay? Before they came in and did the chop shop and chopped it all down. Do you understand? So, with that being said, this is basically like, I don't know if we're going to be on some Middle East type shit. I can't tell you that part. Those who have those type of spiritual discernments, you might want to check with them. All I know is grandma is not about to be giving up her territory so easily. She's fighting now already. Do y'all understand? The younger generation don't know shit about having a big mama. It's really unfortunate because they big mama is in the club with their mama, and it's sad. But I had a big mama who was I got my great kids have a big mama, but she up there now. But I grew up still having that type of influence in my life, so I understand what that entails. Now, if you had it, with the generations before me, it was either a stronger energy pool. And with that'll lead me to my second point, to say The matriarchs are changing guard. Um, the generations before us, again, they dropped the ball. Like, there's no other way to say it. They dropped the ball. Generations have came in and just, I don't know if it was one generation, two generation. We got generation, I don't who's on top of the millenniums blaming the baby boomers for whatever. I ain't even gonna get into all that. To me, they both did not do. To my personal opinion, is that generation, what is that, generation Y, I don't know. Whoever's before the millennials, I don't think did their job, and whoever was before them didn't do their job. Okay, so we got two generations, and the millennials are sitting here trying to raise generation on top of them and a generation underneath them. It's a hell of a job, but it's a lot of fucking work. Okay, so I digress to say back that my original point, to I think this point too, is that the matriarchs are changing. So whoever was the prominent matriarch in your family system will be now changing ranks to whoever is the next one in line. And it's not going to be like the next one in line that's um 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 what's the word I'm looking for, age wise, or supposed to get it. It's the next one in line who's been doing the work to get it. So a lot of people are going to be skipped over because they didn't do what they were supposed to do in order to get this stuff. So therefore it's going to go to the next person who's qualified. That might not be the oldest, it might not be, whatever. It just is what the hell it is, because it's a lot of stuff happening and roles are changing. So that's the matriarch role, because this feminine energy, y'all, has to be migrated and moved. Okay, it's dispersed among everyone right now, but it's levels to this ish. You know what I mean? So it's like those who are equipped to deal with higher levels of it will get those. Those who are not will not. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. What else do I want to say? Um, I don't know. I don't know, because I'm just really just like my people, my people, my people, my people. Like, that's what I think I just started with my people. We are in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer to take place. We are in the middle of the biggest shift, probably of this lifetime. And I mean of this, not like my lifetime, but like of this lifetime. Like, and so many people are going to be left behind because they don't see it. So many people are left behind because they don't get it. People are going to be left behind because they don't want to put the work in. Trust and believe. I know putting the work in is hard. I've been procrastinating on putting the work in myself. I've been putting in the work, and in some areas lacking in other areas. It's a lot of fucking work to put in. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, what is being expected of us right now is on a whole different plateau, okay, than what we know. What is being expected and required of us is a lot more than a lot of us have to give, and a lot of us have to offer. A lot of us have to literally take our lives and retrain and renew and restructure and realign and remote every damn thing. Like, let's just be honest, because we were not equipped with what needs to take place. Those of us who are willing to do the work will do the work, and those who not will not. As we know, we are in the middle of a shift and we're in the middle of a split, as I've stated before. So therefore, there is the great divide. It has to happen. Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. And who was it? I forgot the man's name. I want to say Marcus Garvey, but it's not Marcus Garvey. I want to say Fred Hammond. I don't know. Anywho, one of them said, who was it? I don't know. But the reality of it is we're going to have to clean house. And that's what I think this year. Oh, shit. Is that what this year is about? I don't know. Because we've been cleaning up a long time. I really hope. Oh goodness gracious! I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot on the table as far as prophecy is concerned. So I don't even want to get into that. If cleaning house is on the table, which that would make sense considering all of the loss that is going to be expected, that we have to prep our minds for, because it's like gonna be a lot. It's just gonna be a lot of loss. It's not something that we can prevent. Um, However, these things have to take place. Like none of this is pretty per se, but it's necessary. And I have equipped my mind to understand and handle that aspect of it. There are lots of things that I am not equipped to handle mentally, that I think, at least, because I mean the thing is I won't know until I see it. Just probably like with you guys, you don't know how you're going to react to something until you're actually in that situation. As for me personally, for the most part, I can tolerate death well, for the most part. Who's to say, you know, what may happen and who things may hit that may cause me to react differently. I cannot say that as of right now. But like I said, for the most part, I handle death pretty well, compared to a lot of people I know. I'll just put it that way. Um, so, and death is the only thing with cleaning a house that we have to prepare for. But trust and believe, it's definitely a part of the process. Um, just cleaning houses on all levels. Um, but yeah, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. And it starts at home. It starts with you. Can We really can't do as she's out here outside of the world, because we got to get ourselves in order. Then when we get ourselves in order, we get our houses in order. When we get our houses in order, then we get our communities in order. Now we can kind of work on all three at the same time, but if you really got to put your focus into you first in order for it to work like that. Inside Out, folks. Inside Out. Okay? Remember that movie? Inside Out? Dropped a bunch of jewels on us. Kitty movies. Do it every time. Anyways, I think that's all I want to say for now. As far as us goes, we just got to do our part and keep it together. And pay attention to spirit at this time, because spirit is moving and spirit is talking. And make sure that you just stay in tune. I could say, I'll just go ahead and say, like, I fell off a little bit last year, and that is nowhere where you want to be. I fell off, but the good news is me and Spirit have a close relationship, so when I fell off, Spirit was like, you fell off. I'm like, yeah, I know. Let's fix this. So I don't want to be left behind, okay? Not in this time. So I'm like, what do I need to do to fix this? And I'm working on it. And me and Spirit have a relationship that, luckily for me, um, I have built up. Well, Spirit knows me. You know, I have a bond with my parental units that does not negate the fact that I am a flawed human being. So I miss sometimes. So just keep working on ourselves. The more we work on ourselves, the more we work on our bodies, the more we work on our minds, the more we work on our spirits, then we can do what we need to do to take care of what we need to take care of in this. Because this, again, is our shit. Okay? And we're not going to let them take our shit. Are we? Are we? Like, that brings me back. Like, I'm going to go full circle with my point I was trying to make about the fact that I get to be in all of these different lanes. This moral of the story was, collectively, the message is this is grandma stuff. Whatever that means. I don't know what it means. I know what it means partly, but entirely, I do not know. Long story short, we got to keep it at home. We got to keep it close to home. We got to make it a home again and rectify what's been wronged. Period. Point blank. With that, I'm signing off and saying, have a good night. See you next time. All right? Hopefully what I said made sense. If it didn't, it didn't. Oh well.